Hello and welcome back to the Lobo Designs channel. My name is Heather Lynn. I'm the owner of Lobo Designs, and I'm here today with a quick Adobe Illustrator tutorial on how to edit your designs when engraving circles on tumblers with a rotary. So I use my PiBurn 4.0 for my rotary engraves, and as you may already know, sometimes when you engrave circles, they tend to look like ovals on cylindrical objects. So what you can do is you can warp your design slightly to make sure that the circle appears as a circle when you're engraving on a rotary. And I'm going to walk you through how to do that. So let's get started. If you are already a channel subscriber, you may have seen the tutorial that I did a couple weeks ago on how to create a circular design inside Adobe Illustrator. I will link the tutorial below if you missed it, but I'm going to be using that design today and manually warping it in Adobe Illustrator for engraving onto a tumbler, which is a little bit tricky without having what I'm calling the saving grace, the circle projection spreadsheet that was shared by Chris Myers in the PiBurn Lab Facebook group. I will also add a link to that post below so you can grab your copy of the spreadsheet to use. But what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be taking this design, I'm going to make it a 3.5 inch width for the circle, and I'm going to manually warp this for circle engraving on a tumbler using my PiBurn 4.0. Now, this is not an issue with the PiBurn 4.0. This is an issue that happens with all cylindrical objects when you're engraving circles onto them. Sometimes it turns out looking like an oval, so there's a lot of guesswork that comes into it unless you have this neat tool that Chris Myers created, which I absolutely love and can't wait to show you. So I'm going to open up that spreadsheet. It comes as an Excel spreadsheet, but if you have Mac OS, you can also open it in Numbers. So I'm going to go into here. I'm going to open the circle projection spreadsheet, and this is what it looks like. Up here, you're going to be entering the circle diameter and the cup diameter. That's it. The green cells will automatically adjust based on the entries that you put inside the blue cells. And this arc length here is what you're going to be manually stretching your circular design to. So let's do this. Going into Adobe Illustrator, the width of my circle is 3.5 inches across. The width of the cup that I will be using at the point of origin is 3.6 inches. I am personally using a tapered cup. At the top of the cup measured straight across is roughly 3.75 inches. But because I will be engraving it a little bit lower down at the slimmer part of the cup, I measured straight across at the point of origin and it came to 3.6. So I'm going to go up here and enter 3.5 as the circle diameter. Again, that is the width of this circle in my design. So 3.5, and then the cup diameter is going to be 3.6. And as you can see here, the projection angle automatically calculates and the arc length also automatically calculates. So I'm going to say the arc length here is 4.804, blah, 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 all those numbers. What I'm going to do is Command C or Control C. I'm going to make a copy of that. Then I'm going to hop back into Adobe Illustrator, make sure that this object is selected. I'm going to go up here into the properties under transform, and I'm going to uncheck the link that says maintain width and height proportions. You want that to have a straight line through it. We don't want that activated because we're going to be stretching the width, but we don't want to touch the height. So I'm going to go into the width here, and I'm just going to do Command V or Control V to paste that measurement in, and I'm going to hit enter. Now, it's going to stretch the design out a lot. It looks a little off, but when you are engraving on a tumbler, it actually balances out. So before you bring this over to LightBurn, remember the last step that you'll want to do is rotate your design to a 270-degree angle by either clicking and holding down Shift and rotating it to the right, or you can go up here into the rotate panel and enter 270 and hit enter. So now we are straight across here and we are ready to import to LightBurn. So what you would do is just select all here. I'm going to change this to blue because that is the color that I use for tumbler engraves in LightBurn. And then I'm going to do Command C, go into LightBurn, Command V, again, Control C if you're on Windows, Control V if you're on Windows, and now you have your design inside LightBurn to edit your machine settings, enable your rotary, and send that over to your tumbler. Don't forget, this isn't 100% accurate all the time, so you'll want to make sure that you engrave a sample, even if it's a smaller sample, on a scrap cup, just to make sure that you have everything set because you wouldn't want to waste that cup otherwise. And that concludes this tutorial. As always, feel free to join us in the Glowcreate group on Facebook for additional tips and tricks on how to use Procreate and Adobe Illustrator beyond the screen to turn your digital artwork into physical products. If you enjoyed this video and would like to be notified of future tutorials, please hit the like button and subscribe below. Until next time, this is Heather Lynn of Lobo Designs signing off. I'll holla at you later.